Mushrooms are super versatile. You can use them for anything. You know, the sky's the limit, man. You know, but that's why vegans like them. You know, because you can use them. You know, it's a good source of protein. You know, and you can find them anywhere. So we have a piece of bacon fat that's here. It's part of the pork belly that we had used earlier. You use any kind of bacon, or you don't even have to use bacon. This is just me being me. I'm gonna throw this on here first. What we used was the leftover pork belly. It had a lot of fat. I cut it up and I used it to break down. So I use that fat to flavor the mushrooms when I cooked. You know, but if you don't have any of that, you can just use olive oil, whatever kind of oil you want. You know, but my thing is, how can I get the most flavor from what I have left in my fridge, right? And whatever pieces I have left over, hey, you know what? I'll add to it. You know, and at the end, the product's gonna be great. So where that goes, we're gonna get our mushrooms and we're gonna clean them out. So the stems, they're real woodsy. We just pop them off like that. So if you notice, all I did was get them, put your finger like this, and you push it to the side, right? So all we're doing is doing this. The last thing you wanna do, submerge them in water, because they're like a sponge. You're gonna soak all that up. Then you're gonna end up steaming your mushrooms instead of cooking them. So our old school way is that we'll get it from the lip right here. We'll peel back, but that usually takes too long. But you see, if you do the old school way, look how white that is. It took all the dirt off. Mushrooms are grown with compost. They're grown, you know, in the dirt. You know, who knows what they use to help grow it. So you have to be cognizant of that kind of thing. You know, am I gonna get a little poop in my mouth? Yeah, maybe you will. Who knows? You know, sooner or later you're gonna get some in your mouth, but it's okay. You're gonna live. You know, that's what makes, dude, if you could survive drinking water from a mangetta, you'll survive a little poop in your mouth. And they sell like little mushroom brushes, you know, brush off whatever dirt. Like, you know, nowadays, you know, they sell, Tupperware sells anything for everything. And then all we're gonna do is we're gonna quarter these guys. Well, actually, I'm gonna do them half. You can do them however you want. For me, I like to eat them just like that with my hands. You know, you can get them sliced. You can leave them whole. I like them whole too. You know, they look cooler like that. Okay, and then we have a piece of garlic right here, right? And I'm just gonna cut it as thin as I can. And you always add more garlic if you want to. You can add onions to it. You know, this is just me. So we're gonna go and check out this pork that we have, see how it's doing. We're trying to get as much fat as we can out of this, right? Because then the fat we're gonna use for our mushrooms. And the thing we have to remember is that mushrooms release a lot of liquid, so we got to make sure that our pans, it's hot. We don't overcrowd our pan, because what's going to happen is that you're just going to steam, and that's not what we're looking for. Okay, so once that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to throw our mushrooms, cook the mushrooms, add the garlic, and then we're going to finish off with some lemon juice to cut some of the fattiness, and we're going to use the acid, right? Like I said, mushrooms are usually on sale. You know, a lot of times people are like, I just throw them into my soup, which is cool. You know, I just like, me personally, I like different techniques, and I like preserving the texture, the way it looks, you know, but you can do whatever. Okay. So our pork's still going, but it's kind of where we want it to be. So we're gonna push them to the side so they can keep on doing their thing, but so we can throw our mushrooms on as well. Okay, so that's good. Then we try to figure out how much is too much. So we'll get all the big guys first, right? And then we'll see where we are. Oh yeah, there's enough room. So now we're using the fat from the pork to cook the mushrooms, right? And it's important to know that if you're gonna use like salted pork, that salted pork adds a lot of salt to it, right? So then we're gonna be worried about seasoning, all that kind of stuff. But this pork belly we got, nothing's been done to it, so that means we're gonna have to season it. So we're gonna add some salt to this, and we're gonna add some pepper, like we always do. Okay, we're gonna get it. See? And then what's going on is that the mushrooms are soaking up a lot of that pork fat. So now the mushrooms are gonna get that flavor, you know? And if you wanted to, you could add rosemary to this, you could add thyme to this, you know? But who has rosemary and thyme in the fridge all the time? A lot of us don't, you know? But if you see yourself walking the river walk downtown, rosemary everywhere, buddy. You know what? Park rangers don't care. Take it. Okay? And then what I like to do, like if you notice that, hey, you know what? I need a little fat. It's okay, baby. We have our handy dandy olive oil. Okay? While that's going, we're going to grab our garlic that we had here. We're going to throw it in here. We're going to cook a mushroom. See, right now you get a lot of garlic smell. You're getting a lot of the pork. It's amazing. See, this goes well, man, like for Thanksgiving, right? You make a lot of this for your turkey or with your pork or with your ham, you know. And the cool thing is that it retains kind of a shape, you know, what we talk about. And I think it needs more hot. For me, I think like mushrooms are one of those things that you have to be seasoned heavily, right? Because if not, then you saw like I seasoned them a couple of times. And even then I was like, man, they still need to be salted more. We have our mushrooms here. You could add like wine to it, reduce the wine, add butter to it, and now you have like a mushroom sauce, right? So that step and that process that we did with those mushrooms, that's just the beginning. So now from that, you know, you can add pasta to that. You know, you can add, you know, you can make a sauce and use that for the beef. You can make soup out of it, you know. And that's the cool thing about cooking is that once you get the process down for one thing, that one thing you can convert it to all these other things. We're gonna add lemon juice to it. The way we cooked them, you could cook them, put them in a jar, fill it with olive oil, right, and leave it in your fridge. Now you have, you know, these things you can use for your salad, all this other stuff, and it's gonna be so great with all that olive oil and all those flavors that you had introduced together. And there you have it, guys. You know, we have our good charred parts of garlic, our mushrooms, and something that's easy to make, something that, you know, it's a good side. It's a lot of protein.